What is going on, everyone? It is Foul Play here. We're back for match number 2 of this modern league. We lost the die roll versus Nuka launch, and this hand's a mulligan. This hand's looking a lot better. We can go ahead and keep it. We'll just bottom the redundant Bogle. Start with that ley line out there. Alright, well, get out, I suppose, a scout in this spot, and then pass the turn. So that resolves no end step plays for my opponent. Looks like we're probably versing Storm. If we are versing Storm, Leyline of Sanctities, a pretty nice one to have. Probably expect a remand here from my opponent. Okay. Maybe this is just Kiki combo then. Reflecting Pool. Okay, so it's likely Kiki combo. Bone Crusher Giant, hard cast. Alright, old Core Spirit Dancer right on time here. We're not really drawing much gas at the moment, are we? Land and 2 creatures. Fortunately, the one we've got on the board is pretty reasonable. Guess we'll just extend this Bogle down and pass it back. I want to get value out of my Core Spirit Dancer when I play it. Glasspool Mimic. Very interesting. Now that does have to copy a creature my opponent controls, and if I remove that creature in response, it'll just fizzle, right? Alright, well, no spell snare and I'm a happy boy. Cool. Alright, let's just go in on the scout. We could try to go in on the Spirit Dancer, but then if they have Lightning Bolt in response, we're just not. It's like, you know, a little bit risky, right? Alright, so get our token as well. Yeah, so there's the Lightning Bolt. As expected. I think we do attack here. Keep that aggression. He's going to block with both. I guess we'll kill the OG. And we're going to lose our Hyena Umbra there to regular damage. I don't really see much point getting Dried Arbor. That, however, is a good one. Alright, so we'll serve in with Scout for 6 and hopefully fade Exarch into Kiki. So no Exarch just yet. Infernal Titan, wow, it's a big one. Alright, 3 damage to the cartouche token. Alright, and that's a pretty good draw off the top here. Infernal Titan main deck is quite interesting. Opponent concedes to the Daybreak. Alright, go team. Alright, so these Leyline Sanctities are going to be pretty useless. I do expect Blood Moon obviously here, so things like a Seal of Primordium can be useful. And I'm a little bit concerned about a Kiki Jiki combo, so Path has its use as well. Suppose Dramoka's Command fits in there with the other Enchantment Hate, right? I don't think we want Graveyard Hate. Suppression Field is actually very reasonable though. At this point, we're potentially overboarding. Might want to board out some number of Core Spirit Dancers, but as you saw there, it was quite a reasonable creature. Cast to be concerned about other than this, Anger of the Gods, Aether Gust, Yeah. Well, if we just take out Core the Spirit Dancer and all that glitters, we can have everything else. We might be a little bit heavy on the sideboard there, but considering Core Spirit Dance is pretty bad into Lightning Bolt, I think this is fine. I don't see an argument to bring in Gadok Teague here, or at least a good enough argument. Alright, good old no lander, so we'll go ahead and mulligan. Opponent is keeping their 7. This looks decent to me, I'm going to keep. We do have to put a card on the bottom. Yes, we just play around Blood Moon. Even if it slows us down. This means we won't be able to do double Hyena Umbra, but I think overall it's probably worthwhile. Okay, Daybreak Coronet. Change of plans, we should have just gone on the beatdown. Anyway, we'll move it on. Went it with the opt end step. Scrying bottom. Invasion of Giants. Okay, so scry 2, draw a card, then you may reveal a giant from your hand. When you do, it deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Next giant spell you cast costs 3 less to cast. Oh, if there's ever a chance for us to get value off this suppression field, it would be now. However, we've got a handful of white auras and only 1 white mana on the battlefield, so that's a little bit frustrating. I guess I'm playing into Anger of the Gods here. So opponent revealing Inferno Titan. We want to pronounce that one. Alright, let's start off with Spider Umbra we just drew. Pretty happy to see that one. So Archmage's Charm countering. Alright, we'll get down the Hyena Umbra now. We'll just play around Anger of the Gods off the top here. And hit in for 2. Can be, you know, a little bit patient here, obviously. So now they can potentially curve into an Infernal Titan this turn. So I guess with the knowledge of Inferno Titan and Bone Crusher Giant, we maybe could have assumed they were on like a giant list instead of a something else. Instead of Kiki Jiki, but Suppression Field looks pretty bad now with this extra knowledge of Invasion of the Giants. And this fetchless land base our opponent's got. Alright, so the damage is going to come on hard and fast here. This doesn't have flying. It is an attack trigger though, not a dealing damage trigger. We're going to take 9 damage this turn, go to 2 and be dead to a lightning bolt. I guess we could block that and trade the Hyena Umbra, but then we're just not really putting ourselves in a position to win, right? And oh, he's just giving a million fire breathing. Yeah, sure. Cool. Does this cost extra? Yeah. That's an activated ability. Still, he can activate it twice. No, he can activate it once. So it can put us to 1. So basically, we need either Razorverge Thicket or Basic Plains here to cast Daybreak Coronet, and we need our opponent not to have a counterspell. Okay, I'm actually on 5, not on 3. Okay, there's the Razorverge Thicket. I doubt we're going to resolve the Daybreak here. I think we're better off going for Ethereal Armor into Hyena Umbra. And then we can look to Daybreak next turn. So we'll just go on blocking duty. And again, hope they don't have like a lightning bolt sort of effect. Man. Okay, no counterspell? Maybe I should have just forced the Daybreak. Alright, Snapcaster opts. So he opts to the bottom. It doesn't float any mana off the Cascade Bluffs either. Oh man, so the Snapcaster Mage is actually going to be enough to kill us here. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I guess we just need to force the Daybreak Coronet there and make them have the answer. Another Daybreak on top as well. I don't know, I sort of had my opponent on some sort of removal there, but obviously that was not the case. Let's take out these suppression fields, bring in all the glitters. Could bring in like a one of Rest in Peace. I think the one of course Spirit Dancer is maybe just at slightly higher value though. Reminder everyone, if you do enjoy the content, haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe. I do daily videos here, lots of Bogles content, all the content you could ever need, and on weekends sometimes I change it up and do a bit of variety, but for the most part I'm strictly a Bogles player. Alright, this hand looks good, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to bottom the Horizon Canopy to play around Blood Moon slightly with Windswept Teeth and play around obviously the damage as well. So yeah, I guess we just go for the Spider Umbra here turn 1 into Cartouche for Solidarity, and then we slow roll the Griffspoon. Overall, this hand doesn't have the most damage in it, right? Okay, well, we're going to be able to play around Blood Moon extremely well now. Like, we've only got a 4 power creature here if and when we resolve all our stuff, right? I guess the Warrior adds an extra power to the battlefield, but it can easily get, like, bolted off. Opponent led with the Cascade Bluff there, which is interesting. See if there's any response to this one. Looks like we're just able to empty our hand. Alright. Maybe he's got the Bone Crusher Giant's Stomp adventure that he's going to do on the token. Yeah. So opponent could Blood Moon here, but obviously it hurts them more than it hurts us. They're on 12, we've got a 5 power creature. I think we probably want to fetch here so we can lure us to hand if we blank draw. Although we can probably wait until our turn to do that. Obviously if we get Dryad Arbor, that's a creature. Okay, so he's gone for Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, well, of all the draws, that's obviously an extremely good one. We're going to put our opponent to 2. And obviously we've got the flying threat here. So our opponent's either going to have to deal with the Griffspoon or produce a flying blocker. Of course they can do Cryptic Command here as well. Downside of Dryad Arbor being a man land as opposed to something like Mutavault, I can't activate it in response or anything. Alright, looks like we are finally flooding out. And I'd be very surprised if our opponent had anything to do here. I'm pretty sure we just get the win. Petty Theft on the Griffspoon there, yep. Alright, so they're going to block. can take the opportunity to put Lurrus to hand here. Get all our basics. Opt in response to the Griff's Burn. So obviously with Brazen Burrow, he does have a flying blocker for next turn. There's potential we just want to go in on Dryad Arbor, honestly. Like, even if we put the Lurrus to hand, we don't have any value off of it. I do imagine that I will be cracking a Windswept Heath for another land, though. Opponent concedes. Alright, they didn't see what they wanted, so, you know, we just take this one. Alright, that's it for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, let me know what you think down below. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.